ain't your mama's racing stream.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
Welcome back, Vigilante Nation. Tonight, we ride the Razor's Edge at Michigan International Speedway for 110 blistering laps in the Vanquish Series, where speed meets swagger and a second place just won't cut it. This track, it's built for chaos, wide enough for dreams and narrow enough for disaster. Drivers will be slicing through the pack at 180 plus miles per hour, trading paint and pride lap after lap. And for these gladiators in sim racing steel, it's not just victory they're chasing, it's defiance. Whether you're tuning in from the garage or from the grid, buckle up, because VRN doesn't do quiet nights. We do rebellion, we do intensity, and we do it for Vigilante Nation, where the roar of the engine is just the opening act. My name is Alan Vaught, along with Ricky Wittenberg in the booth, and we'll bring you all the racing action tonight. So let's get started with some session details. All right, Nation, here it is. The laps are going to be 110 tonight. They have 65% fuel in the tank, and that's about a 23-lap fuel window. These racers do have one fast repair tonight should they find themselves in some trouble. The incident limit is set to 25 and 6. That means after 25 incident points, they have a drive-through, and for any 6 points afterwards, another drive-through. Hopefully, we won't get to that point. There is a green-white checker should we need it towards the end of the race. And your championship leaders right now, with only 3 races remaining, Mike Adamson holds the lead at 211 points. Albert Anderson has 201 points in second. In third place, Dave Mayberry, the long shot out of nowhere at 195 points, chasing down the front runners. Andy Players in fourth at 178 points. And in fifth position, Andrew Cawthon at 173. So if you're counting at home, race fans, that's only 38 points separating first place and fifth. So it's really anybody's championship with these last 3 races remaining, including tonight's race at Michigan International Speedway. So some additional race and track info here. This is, like I said, this is the 8th round of this 10-round VRL Vanquish Series. Michigan International Speedway is a 2-mile asphalt D-shaped oval with 18 degrees of banking in the turns, 12 degrees of banking on that front stretch, and 5 degrees of banking on the back stretch. It's an exceptionally wide track, which allows for multiple racing grooves and high-speed pack racing, similar to what you might see at the drafting tracks. Michigan International Speedway opened on October 13th, 1968, And a fun fact about this is that it was actually designed by the same man who designed Daytona International Speedway, Mr. Charles Moneypenny. This track is nestled in the Irish hills of Michigan, a stone's throw away from Detroit, which, as you know, is the heart of American auto manufacturing. That proximity gives the track symbolic weight, especially with the Michigan Heritage Trophy on the line, awarded to the winning manufacturer each year. In recent years, Ford has made this track their playground, and we'll just have to see how it plays out for us tonight. And we'll get you some weather details once we get to the main screen here. You do have 7 onboard cameras tonight. We will have an opportunity to get your favorite driver, should they have one, up on the screen. You can see how it looks from their perspective inside the cockpit. And with that, Ricky, man, I don't know about you, but I am ready for the green flag to drop here and get this excitement started.
Oh, yeah, Michigan's a great track. It's always fun. It's one of VRL's home tracks, I would say. And I would expect the action to be quite hot and heavy, 4 or 5 wide maybe. Probably not a good idea, but I bet they can get away with 4 wide a couple of times here tonight. Looks like we got about a couple of minutes left in practice before qualifying, so going to hit you with a little bit more track history before we get into that. I think Alan's laid it out pretty good, but there was a visionary who lost it all. It was built by a developer in Detroit named Lawrence Lapotton for $4 to $6 million as part of his grand vision for a network of American super speedways. He wanted to create racing circuits across America, but Mother Nature had other plans. Rain washouts at multiple tracks in 1969 and 70 caused massive financial losses, and by 1971 he was fired. The track went into bankruptcy. In 1973, the captain, Roger Penske, bought the track at a courthouse auction for $2 million, saving it from ruin. He expanded the seating from 25,000 to 125,000 and completely modernized the facility. He also leased the track to American Motor Corporation for emissions testing on non-race weekends for additional profits, and he owned the track for 26 years as MIS became one of America's premier racing facilities. That first race in 1968 was an IndyCar race won by Ronnie Buckman, and the first NASCAR race, June the 15th, 1969, Cale Yarborough wins the Motor State 500 over Leroy Yarborough. They battled door to door for 150 laps, with Leroy Yarborough spinning just 300 yards from the start-finish line. We got more facts we could go over maybe during the race, but that should lay it out pretty good, and I think we're heading into qualifying.
Yeah, we are. We're wrapping up practice here. Just to go over the environmentals for you, ladies and gentlemen. Air temp tonight, 75 degrees Fahrenheit, but the track temp is setting at 98 right now. That may go up as we go throughout the event. Humidity is 62%, and your wind is at 16 miles per hour. That's pretty good gust of wind, Ricky, and partly cloudy skies.
Yeah, I mean, 16 miles an hour, you may not really think about it too much, but as on the edge as these trucks can be, I would think that depending on the crosswinds, that could get somebody in trouble during the race, maybe especially on the first few laps after fresh tires when the truck is at its loosest.
So we're going to try to capture a few folks. They have 10 minutes of qualifying here. I don't know that they're going to need all that time, but we're going to take a look at a few of the trucks as they go out to make their laps, starting with Mr. Paul Durkee here. Seems like he's first on the track here, see if we can set a time here. You're going to see it in the left-hand column, ladies and gentlemen, where their qualifying times are coming in real time.
Yeah, Durkee didn't care to go on out there first and hit the track. It looks like Andrew Coffin was maybe the fastest in practice. He was the fastest the last time I saw practice speeds. He's out on the track on his warm-up lap as well.
Yeah, it's always hey, when do I go out? I take a look whenever I'm racing. I look at the weather, Ricky. You probably do the same thing. And if it seems like that temp's going to go up or down, usually late afternoon, maybe even going up, I try to get out early. So because even 1 or 2 degrees at a track like this in particular, or a super speedway, makes a huge difference in your times.
Yeah, when the fields are usually separated in the Vanquish and the Vigilante Racing League by 3/10 of a second between first and 30th, every little nanosecond counts.
Yeah, for sure. As you see, Mr. Colin Decker coming in with a 39.91 so far. And these times, as you'll notice, they're off by tenths. And I think we're probably going to have a pretty tight pack going on here. Eaton gets up into the third position so far. Looks like maybe a newcomer there. Alicia in the 34
Jacob
truck.
Alicia. Yes, Jacob Alicia. Quick time so far. What a debut. What a way to make a splash. Come in, maybe at least be on the provisional pole.
Yeah, we might have us a ringer we pulled into the league there, Lori. She's always recruiting, looking for talent. Looks like she might have found one. Yeah, John Gallagher's currently sitting in second. I think he's just finishing up his time there, as well as Justin Lawson. He's putting in a good time too. Look how close that is. You're talking hundredths of a second here. Between Osborne and Alicia is virtually, so it has to go into another digit. This won't show. Virtually no difference in their times.
Yeah, that is pretty remarkable that they could be that close in time on a 2.5 mile track. 2 mile track.
And right now, it looks like we don't really have anybody out there.
I see Trevor Robertson, he's on one of his laps, unless he's already completed. I'm showing him on lap 2. Maybe he had a problem and didn't walk a lap.
He's out there right now. The 6 truck, that good-looking cross between the Folgers paint scheme and Winn-Dixie, and being a proud North Carolina native myself, I can identify with that truck.
Oh, yeah, we had Winn-Dixies all over East Tennessee when I was a kid. They're not as prevalent anymore. I see them in Florida when we go on vacation, but Winn-Dixies was a big deal around here when I was growing.
Let's see, where did Trevor come in so far? Oh, it's like 7th position here. You can see how tight this is, Ricky. I mean, these times from first all the way down, you're talking, like I mentioned, hundredths of a second down through 9th before you get to 10th place at the first when he finally hit a 10th. Super tight. I think Gomes just jumped up in there around 7th there, beating out Robertson.
I see that Mike Adamson's been sitting on pit road. Maybe he's waiting for trying to let the truck warm up a little. I mean, there's tricks that everybody uses to try to squeeze out those extra tenths of a second or thousandths of a second. He's sitting on pit road. Albert Anderson hasn't went out yet, so maybe he's trying to catch cloud.
And that's, I mean, Albert's very fast at these types of tracks. Anything is high speed, super speedways or high speed tracks, he's got a knack for finding the front and finding the speed. So if he's waiting, I imagine there's definitely a reason. Because we're on board with Jonathan Marsh right now.
Albert is rolling now. I see him on his warm-up lap.
Wow, we'll see if we can figure out the secret here. He might not want us to show this, but let's take a look anyway. What do you think? These
let's see if we can find any. Yeah, we got to find any secrets that we may need to learn for ourselves, at least for official races. We're not in the leagues anymore, but we may still race from time to time. Albert probably could teach us something.
Yeah, no doubt. Looks like he took that high line going on his first lap to come down, to start it rather. Is he going to run high again? Nope, not necessarily. He looks like he's banking on that first lap being the fast lap, Ricky.
It looks like he's trying to pin it to the bottom and see if he can get the speed in the first lap. I think at Michigan, typically, you normally do get the fastest lap on your first of the 2 laps because of the tire fall off.
It's like Lori says that the sound levels are good, so I'm glad to hear that. She also mentions that Jacob's last name is Alicia. I thought I said Alicia, didn't I? I'm still not saying that right.
Maybe Alicia.
Alicia?
Possibly. Alicia.
Okay, I'm sure she'll let me know. She's always getting on to me, folks, about pronunciations. Want to make sure we're respectful and get it right. Maybe not the first time, but certainly the second or third time I try and attempt it.
But if we do that, Albert Anderson goes to the top.
As expected, a 38.48. They don't call him the Super Speedway King for nothing. I noticed a little trash talk today in the Discord between him and others, like Mr. Dave Mayberry claiming he's going to come up there and steal that trophy away from him and the 88 machine.
Now, Mayberry makes a lot of claims, but he's ran really well this year and backed up a lot of what he's talking. So I wouldn't count the mouth out.
Yeah, for sure. So, okay, folks, we are monitoring the chat. As you've noticed, we've been reading off those chats as they come in. If you have any questions tonight or just want to make a comment, we will get you on the air if we can. We would appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification button so that you will know anytime that this league goes live with a broadcast. Tom Barish making his first attempt, looks like, racing out of Gulf Coast, Mississippi. Who do we have left that hasn't qualified?
Kelly.
Looks like Tom's
Kelly
finishing
Keel's
up.
on his Kelly Keel's on his warm-up lap coming to the green.
Here we go. So he just came out of high there. What is going on with Kelly's truck? This is not his normal livery. Take a look at the front end of that thing. Oh, it's a monster truck. Okay. Wait, racing out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I'm normally used to seeing him in a red truck, Budweiser machine.
The bright green numbers definitely stand out. So if you're looking for Kelly tonight, look for that neon green white on top of that white. It'll probably be pretty easy to see.
Yeah, he won't be hard to find. And, another person who's really great at this track and the super speedways is Kelly Kill. I mean, you can almost always find him at the front, pressing the issue. These tracks are some of his favorites, especially you and I and the whole league. This is one of the tracks we raced almost weekly when we first started the league.
Yeah, we've got a lot of laps around Michigan and California at sister tracks, so which is pretty similar. But Michigan was one of the tracks we raced frequently, so all of those guys are definitely dialed in here in Michigan.
Well, more with Kyle Vaught. That's my son. He's out of High Point, North Carolina originally, but he lives in Chicago, making his first lap. Maybe this is his second. Looks like his first from where he's running. What kind of time he can lay down. Staying high for the start, coming down a little bit for the start of this. Probably either his first or last lap. I imagine it's his first one. That good looking play on Cornflakes machine, but it's an Ain't Dead Yet machine with a tribute back to who drove that last? Was it Labonte?
Labonte, I think, drove the Cornflakes car last. They switched from Cornflakes and then it went to the Frosted Flakes look. But when it was still Cornflakes, I'm pretty sure he is the last one to drive that paint scheme.
Okay. I don't know if you caught it, folks, but it looked like Kyle got a little tail happy there in one of those turns. I don't know if this is going to be the time he's looking for, lighting up those tires back there. See where it shakes out. Looks like 20th position for Kyle. He's gonna hate he did that. But this is a track that you can recover from, so don't expect to see him at the back for very long.
Like that's going to end qualifying. You're going to have an all-star front row with Albert Anderson and Derek Welch.
Yeah, they should start gridding up here momentarily. And we are going to go through your grid, ladies and gentlemen. Starting in first position, Albert Anderson, as expected, taking the top spot there. Then you have Derek Welch in second, Kelly Kill, always fast. We mentioned that. Bringing it home third, Jonathan Osborne in fourth. Jacob Alicia, did I say that right, Dave? I'm sorry.
I believe
Ricky?
so.
Okay, Alicia.
Yes,
I mean, brought it fifth place, so definitely going to be a fast newcomer to this league. John Gallagher in sixth place. You got Chip Graham in seventh, Justin Lawson eighth, and Jason Crispin, I think that's a new driver as well, bringing it home ninth. And Mike Adelson rounds out your top 10.
Yeah, Chris Goins going to start 11th. Trevor Robertson in 12th. Both those guys, will be headed toward the front. Paul Durkee 13th. The Mouth Mayberry in 14th. He's got a little ways to go tonight. Nicholas Tucker in 15th. Jonathan Marsh 16th. Andrew Cawthon in 17th. Aaron Warren, that's another new driver tonight, in 18th. Colin Decker 19th. And Kyle Vaught will round out the top 20.
You got Dustin Eaton in 21st, Tom Barish 22nd, Anthony Williams 23rd, John Schollenbachler 24th. You got George Rincon bringing it home 25th, and Scott Milner rounds out your 26 car field.
And I seen that Mr. Milner dropped due to packet loss, so hopefully he can get back in before we start this race.
Yeah, indeed. If he does, even if it's a lap or so, maybe he'll be able to get that back if they have some cautions. And you can see, folks, that they are starting to pull off pit road now. Pace truck's making its way up into turns 1 and 2. We're on board right now with your pole sitter, Mr. Albert Anderson.
Papa Anderson joining us in the chat. Said number 99 is number 1 all the way, and he gives a shout out to Lori.
Yeah, for sure. But you can expect if things go well and he doesn't get tangled up in any messes, you can absolutely expect Albert to be up there fighting for this win. But he's not the only one. I mean, all these drivers are incredible. And you can tell that by the qualifying times. So close. The margin of difference between first and last is within tenths. I mean, it's just so tight.
Absolutely. We also got Larry Dickerson joining us in the chat, missing racing with us already. Says broadcast looks awesome. Appreciate that, Milk Dud. And Kayla Lawson says, "Let's go, Lawson. Good luck, babe."
All right.
That's her saying it, not me. I mean,
yeah.
at least
sure?
not tonight.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
Is this first time Kayla's been? I think it's the first time I've seen her in here. So welcome if it is. As we get ready to go green here, they're going to go on Barney the Flagman for this first start. And we're green, ladies and gentlemen. Albert gets a nice kick out from the 24 there. I don't know if he lagged a little bit or just didn't expect the green to fall, but Albert's definitely out there in front. Get you a bird's eye view here of the pack. Looks like, oh no, we already got one incident.
Rick.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Oh.
Caution is out.
See if we can find who that was. Did you see the name? Did not pop up.
That's
Here we
Justin
go.
Lawson. I think we gave him the broadcaster's curse.
Oh, it's not good. Right there, the 20. He got a little help, looks like. Back on his actual truck. Yeah. Oh, that's going to hurt because we don't have any fast repairs here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So that's pretty significant damage. Hopefully it's enough or not too much where he can't get back on the track. But his arrow is going to be hurting tonight. Mostly looks on the back end, but as you and I have noted previously, Ricky, that right rear is super sensitive. If you damage the right rear, you're going to have trouble keeping that truck underneath you.
Yeah, the bigger the track, the worse it seems to be. But we do have one fast repair in this league, so I think he's got his mulligan. He's going to have to use it tonight.
Yeah, thanks for that. We don't have fast repairs on Wednesday night. I had the wrong brain on right now.
That's okay. I went to double check to make sure that it was checked. But yes, we do have one fast repair here tonight.
Well, he is definitely tore up. Look at that left front, the rear and the left front. His angle of attack on that tire is just, he's definitely gonna have to use that fast repair, or otherwise he would be out of the race probably right now.
Yeah, I'm sure otherwise he's probably meatballed right now, where his truck is just damaged beyond repair without the fast repair.
So while we got an opportunity here, maybe we'll get us a quick in-race interview with Mr. Kelly Kill. He's just pacing out there, nothing to do, right? Hey, Kelly, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Yeah, I got you guys.
So third place qualifying position there. How you feeling about your chances tonight?
I'm feeling good right now. You know, it's just hoping it doesn't turn into a wreck fest, caution fest here. But we'll see. I kind of screwed up both laps on my qualifying, and I was amazed that I still got third. But as usual, Albert's up here, so we'll see what happens.
Well, for you to be messing up the laps and qualifying third, that's pretty darn good, buddy. So we're on board with you right now, taking a look at your setup. Great field of
Sure.
view there with the information screen up there at the top. How does it feel? Is it nice and immersive for you in that environment compared to maybe what we started with?
Oh yeah, very much so. I mean, when I first started, I just had one. I think it was a 127-inch widescreen, and then to evolve into what I have now, I'm pretty happy with what I have now, and yeah, I enjoy it very much.
Awesome, hey Rick, you got anything for the fast man Kelly Kill here?
You're going green, so I'll let you hit it. Albert had a really good start on that first one. Don't let him snooker you.
I know that he got away from me. I was trying to keep up. What he did is he checked up there for a split second, screwed my rhythm up, because I was gonna try to stay on his bumper, but we'll see what happens here on this restart.
Do I hear beef? Do I hear shenanigans happening out there? No way.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, buddy. We'll drop you back down. Thanks for talking to us.
All right. Yep. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Good night. All right. We will transition back over here and give you a full screen view before we get ready to go green. The lights are off atop the pace truck, so that means we will go green when we come out of turn 4 here. We
got Nicole Decker cheering for the number 8. That's a new fan, I believe, and Edith and Kathy Anderson both now in the chat as well.
Awesome. Great to have them in there. Got a pretty good amount of viewers going on. Nice chat rate as well. Like I said, guys, if you have any questions or just want to make a comment about what you're seeing in tonight's broadcast, hit us up in the chat. We get ready. We're only 4 laps into this event. Hopefully get some nice, good, hard green flag running here this time. As you see the pace truck headed down pit road. Barney's going, actually the leader, Anderson, is going to control the start here. And we're back under green. Gets a nice launch. Having control over the 21 right there. Pretty tight on his bumper. As you see the top line, I think that was Kelly Kill actually was able to drop down into the 3rd position on the bottom line.
Yeah, I believe that Anderson and Welch are in the same team chat, so that might have been a 3-2-1 go, because Welch was able to take off right as Anderson took off.
It is always an advantage to have a teammate up with you at these type of tracks and in places like Daytona International or Talladega Super Speedway. But we'll see now how it gets going. You see that Kelly is right there on the rear deck of the 21, 3rd truck back. Give us some pressure. Looks like he might even push the 21 around 99 here. I'm sure that Albert's thinking about conservation, making sure he's got tires at the end of this run. I don't know if that's the same mentality of these folks here. They just want to get to the front and see if they can set sail.
Yeah, the draft is so big here. I don't know if Derek Welch wanted to pass Albert or not, but Kelly said, you're going either way. I'm pushing you to the front.
On board here with Jonathan Osborne, who just won the contender case in VRL's Premier League on Wednesday night. Congratulations to Jonathan Osborne and all his fans out there racing out of Woodbury, New Jersey. Great season for him to bring home the hardware.
Oh, yeah, that was a good job for Jonathan to persevere and be the contender champion in the VRL.
It's a good view to see what's happening, the fight up here at the front here off of the nose of John Gallagher's truck out of Roseville, California. John's super fast at these types of tracks too. You turn around 1 second, you're thinking, where's Gallagher at? And he's right there coming around your tailpipe, passing you. He's running that high line there. I don't know if it's by design or just because someone's below him.
I think if we're looking for experienced drivers, to put it nicely, nobody's more experienced than Mr. Gallagher.
Yeah, does a great job. He's been an absolute great addition to this league. He's been with us for a few seasons now. Races not just on the Vanquish series, but in the Premier Series on Wednesday night, VRL Premier Series. Well, Ricky, what do you think? Should we go through the field while we have an opportunity? Did something happen to Kyle? I saw him just see. Or that just a glitch? Maybe he's blinking. I think he's blinking.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't see him on the track.
Hopefully he's able to get back in. Okay, so you're on board right now with Justin Lawson. He was able to get that truck fixed up. We do have one fast repair available to drivers on this Friday night series. So that was fortunate for him because he had significant damage. I think maybe he's riding a little bit here to make sure that he has an opportunity to have a truck at the end of this race. Long race to go. I think folks are kind of getting that right now, having an early incident, maybe causing several of them having to use that fast repair because it seems like we're a lot calmer now. Let's take a look through the field really quick while we have the opportunity. So Justin's running in 25th position. He's down 17 from where he started. He had a fast truck. I would expect if he keeps it clean here and out of other people's mess, he'll be able to get back up to the front considering how fast he was. Then now we're on board with Anthony Williams out of Blanchard, Oklahoma, and got that Ford truck. He's only down one position from where he started tonight. It's in 23rd. George Racon, he's up 2 positions from where he started. I don't know if George just didn't qualify or what was happening there. He's normally way up in the running order to start these races. And just stay so you can see exactly who you're riding on board with in a far position here. So John Barish out of Gulf Coast, Mississippi, talked about him earlier. Running that 35 truck. He said it, Lori told us it was in honor of both you and me, Ricky, so that's pretty cool, running the 3 for me and the 5 for you. Don't know if he's got a paint for that truck. This is twice now that I saw pretty much a plain wrapper on there. I did update my trading paint, so I hope I'm not missing his paint there. So moving on forward to Scott Milner. Right now, Scott's up 3 positions from where he started running the 21st position, and he's racing John Schauenbachler, who's up 4, running 20th. Out of Louisville, Kentucky. So Aaron Warren, this is a new driver. I think this is the first time I've seen him on the track. He's down 1 position from where he started. Now 2, running 20th as he's there's a pass by Scott Milner there.
There's a wreck up front on the backstretch.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
We'll get back to it. Did you see who it was?
Jason Chrisman is the truck that wrecked the hardest, and I think he's got a tow. It started out at turn 2 with Gallagher hitting the wall, and Chrisman they all kind of bounced around.
There it is right there. Let's see if we can get a better shot of it for everybody. Like it starts a little forward here. Oh, that Gallagher in the wall. 81.
Yeah, Gallagher was in the wall.
And it looks like Jason Chrisman gets the worst of it here. Yeah, it looks like Gallagher just got a little loose, touched that wall, and that's what happens. Everyone behind him has to react. As you see, Jason Chrisman out of Cleveland, Tennessee. Yeah, he really caught the worst of that deal right there. Oh, he had to tow. Like maybe his engine blew. That's going to add several minutes to him. He'll probably go, instead of just maybe 1 lap down, maybe 2 or 3 laps down by the time he gets it fixed up. And that's hoping that he didn't use his fast repair in that first incident.
Yeah, I don't think that he did. I think maybe only the 20 had to use the fast repair in the first incident.
You see, we have a number of trucks going down pit road here. Derek Welch being the first of them. Looks like Paul Durkee and Justin Lawson stayed out on the track. And everyone else is on pit road right now. We got our man in the sky here next to the Sunoco sign here. Pretty good position to see him coming off pit road. The green cones there, ladies and gentlemen, is the timing line. The trucks are trying to get to that before the person next to us or behind them to determine the running order for this restart. So it looks like Paul Durkee and Justin Lawson are going to be on the front row. Start us out after this second caution. I still don't
That's
see
going to
it.
be interesting because the tires are going to matter, and they'll probably get swallowed up pretty quick. So you got to see if these other guys navigate around them
Yeah, you're
without
talking,
incident.
there's a 10 lap difference here. They went on laps 2 and 3 respectively, and they just went in Welch and Tucker and them on lap 13. That's going to be significant at this track.
Kyle said his internet went out. He will be back, but that's tough. At least he's going to try to get back in and run some laps.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Lori's Brett, Kayla. Hey, Aunt Kathy. I say Lori's in the chat talking. Everybody saying hello. Nicole Decker's in there saying hello to Lori. Yep. All right, folks, chat us up. We're looking to talk to some folks here. Didn't go on port here and see what's happening with this truck. Well, lights look like they are out atop the pace truck here. Or are they?
They are. And it looks like Jason Chrisman, he will be on lap 14 when he crosses the line. The leaders are on 15, so he's only going to lose 1 lap. With the caution, he could be right back in the race.
Yeah, and he is the only truck a lap down also. Well, not the only one if you count Kyle, but he's the only 1 lap down. Kyle's several.
And Kyle Vaught has rejoined the session, so he's not back in the pits yet, but he should be back on the track soon.
Yes, this is going to be interesting. That these tires are so old. I'm sure they're going to get swallowed up pretty quick here, and hopefully they're able to tiptoe around them and not cause another caution.
Yeah, this is when you exercise patience. You definitely got to be patient trying to navigate around cars with much older tires.
We got 25 cars, or actually 26 if Kyle came back on the track. As the leader Durkee's going to control this. We're back under green. He gets a nice launch. Just a question, is he going to be able to hold it in those corners when he hits turn 1? Both he and
That's
Lawson.
the best thing for the field, that they got a decent launch that'll keep them from stacking up immediately.
Yeah, they're both headed high side. Looks like probably Welch is going to just go right past them when they get down to turn 3 and 4. He's already up to second there.
Oh boy. Oh no, he wasn't clear. Tucker wasn't clear, and there's going to be a big wreck on the back straight. Oh, Dustin Eaton piles into it.
That's not good. See what started it here. Looks like
You'll want to be on Nick Tucker.
Kelly and Nick look like they touched. Oh yeah. That's a racing. That's a tough call right there. As you're looking at it, you know, they were touching. The 01 is there. It's like the 49 turns down because he sees Lawson there. Lawson's a slower truck. And then they were just kind of like trying to feel it out and see where they're going to be able to shake out there as far as lines were concerned. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's hard to assign blame in something like that, but that's also where I said you gotta maybe exercise a little patience trying to get around these lap trucks. And I know you don't want to fall back and maybe lose, spots to guys by cracking the throttle, but sometimes it's better to crack the throttle and live to fight another day.
Yeah, for sure. See if we can get a word with Dustin Eaton here. Actually, I don't know if he's here. He is. Hey, Dustin, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, man, we saw you had a little misfortune there. That accident just kind of fell in your lap right there, and it was unavoidable. What was it like from your perspective?
Man, you know how it is. I was watching all the cars behind me, in front of me. I didn't see him coming down as much as he was, and he locked him up like he should. I just had nowhere to go. I think I had guys around me, and I'd have probably killed them had I tried anything else.
What's your plan for recovery here?
Oh, she's fully fixed, man. We're going to start in the back. We're going to get back up, and, it's going to be a dogfight, man. It's hopefully these cautions stop, and we get some green flags in, and yeah, man, we're going to be up there. You just watch.
Hey, Rick, you got anything for Dustin before we let him go?
Yes, Mr. Tang, man, have you ran enough green flag laps to ascertain if you're going to be fast enough to get up there into that top three?
I was running fast in practice. I messed up a little bit during qualifying, out there by myself. Didn't practice too many laps by myself. And but yeah, I think I've got the speed and the know-how. So I'm going to work my way up very cautiously. Again, I hope these cautions stop and everybody kind of calms down a little bit. And you'll see me up there in definitely the top 5 here in the next, I don't know, however long it's going to take. I'm not putting a number on it yet, fellas. Not that confident.
All right, buddy, we're about to go green here. We'll let you go. We appreciate you talking to us, though.
I appreciate you, fellas. Have a good one.
You too. There's a number 14 truck, Dustin Eaton. Sounds pretty confident he's going to get up there and fight for this victory.
Yeah, definitely not lacking confidence. And I think as long as he said on pit road, I know he said it's fixed. I thought he was going to have to take a fast repair, but I actually think he fixed it on pit road.
Well, that would be ideal. That way you can have that fast repair in his pocket should he have another calamity later in the race. As you see the pace truck pulling off right there, your 2 leaders are Kelly Kill and Derek Welch. As we get ready to go back to green, the leader will control this.
Green flag, green
Here's
flag.
Welch taking that high line. And we're back underway. Yeah, he got a nice launch there. Pretty clean so far through the field. I think we got Derek actually on a can. Let's see how he's looking from inside the cockpit. As he's holding off Kelly Kill right there. He's looking pretty sporty tonight in that 0-1 machine. Still with me, Ricky, if you are. I can't hear you.
Yeah. Just watching the action, I saw a little bit of 3 wide sandwich going on, and I was holding my breath a little, hoping there wasn't about to be another wreck.
I'm sitting here watching Derek Welch. I mean, he's looking pretty intense. He's gripping that steering wheel pretty good.
Oh yeah, he's dialed in. He's always dialed in, man. I bet he's got made an indention in that steering wheel as tight as he's gripping that thing.
Yeah, he is. Looks like he's fighting with Albert Anderson. Actually, Kelly got around him, and Albert's back up there now. But we'll go back to the main action here. Oh, sitting there rubbing and trading paint there as the 21 goes underneath Kelly as well. Kelly's kind of stuck on that outside there. Don't know if that's going to work out for him. You see the 81 make a pretty aggressive move to get down behind the, looks like the 88 truck of Mike Adamson, who's made his way up towards the front. First time we talked about Mike tonight.
Yeah, he's quiet sometimes, even when he's up front, and he looks like he's trying to put it out in the wind right now. Another guy that's been quiet, even though he's never quiet, is Mayberry, and he's 3 wide in the middle, going for a top 10 right now.
Look at this. Hope this works out for us.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
oh boy, there it went. Oh, he's
And
blowing over.
Coffin goes over.
Oh no. Well, there's one for the highlight reel, folks.
We will go back and get a better look at that.
Coffin's going to be able to drive away from this, which at least saves a toe. I'm sure he's got to take a fast repair, but he's saving a toe.
I'll back it up a little. This is one of those situations, if you've never driven this is an aerodynamic disadvantage right here if you're in the middle, because you start to get buffeted by the air from both the trucks beside you, and then that truck that's crossing his nose there in front. So you see the 29 is just kind of getting buffeted around, and unfortunately gets into the left rear of Andrew Coffin, who takes a barrel roll down the backstretch. Don't know who that was that hit him right there, the last bit.
Colin Decker.
Well, Decker might have got some damage off of that. Considering the 10 doesn't look that beat up, but we'll see how she drives.
Yeah, and like you said, the aero disadvantage, when you're the middle truck, normally you either have air trying to set you down on the right or left side, but when you've got trucks on both sides, you don't have the air advantage that you do, and you're not getting any air off either side, and it's making your truck wicked, and they were just too close together, and they came together, and now Mayberry and Coffin both in the top 5 in points, so that could have some points implications. We got to see if they'll work it out, or if they'll be okay with each other after that little dust up.
Well, we're on board with Andrew Coffin right now. We'll wait till he gets set in his pits, and we'll get a word with him actually. See how that felt from his perspective. I'm thinking if I'm in his cockpit, I didn't know it even happened until I'm blowing over, considering he looked like he was a little bit forward. He knew he's 3 wide, I'm sure, but he probably doesn't know exactly what happened. And we'll wait till he launches out of his pit box here, folks, because the one thing you focused on is getting in and out of your pit safely and as fast as you can.
Now, he has not immediately taken the fast repair, so maybe he's trying to see exactly how much damage he's got to fix.
You are right. He's going
to. Looks to me like he's got a lot of damage, and with him pulling out, he's probably going to come back in with 1 to go and take the fast repair and top off, if I'm guessing.
Let's get a quick word with him. Hey Andrew, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me?
I do.
Man, that barrel roll down the backstretch, that looked rough. Did you have to use your fast repair there? It looked like you were taking manual repairs.
I didn't use it yet. I'm about to come back in and use it. It did for, surprisingly enough, didn't give me a meatball, so I wanted to go ahead and just take a look, see what I had, and it's like 6.5 minutes, and it's not up to speed, so I'm gonna come back in. Might as well get some more get some more fuel, and go ahead and take the fast repair. And yeah, not sure what happened there, but all I knew was all of a sudden I saw sky, and it wasn't good. So.
Yeah, Ricky and I were kind of discussing that from your perspective. Probably didn't see exactly what happened. You were 3 wide on the outside, in the truck in the middle. You know how it gets squirrely in the middle with that turbulence that got into you, and unfortunately rolled you down the backstretch. But I'm glad that you still have that fast repair and have an opportunity to stay in this race, buddy. Good luck to you.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for talking to us.
Don't forget to check those tires.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Look at you, crew chiefing. All right, Andrew, take care.
All right, y'all. Thanks.
See, folks, VRN is not just here to be pretty voices on the radio. We're here to help drivers be successful.
I've done that so many times, and that's just a sick feeling, knowing that you just took tires and you come back in with 1 to go to maybe top off or whatever, and you see your guys changing your tires again, and you're like, well, they don't scuff them in iRacing, so that's just a really bad deal for me.
Yeah, I wonder if they're ever going to have that capability, but I feel you. Nothing sickening like either that or back in the day when we were running all the time fast repairs, using a fast repair you didn't need to just for some really minor damage.
Oh, yeah, that's that was the other thing, because even if you just had a scrape, sometimes iRacing registers that, and it gives you the fast repair even though you didn't need it, and then it's almost like you just burned your golden parachute, which is not a good deal either.
Looks like we have one more lap to go here before we're going to go back to green. So we have, looks like Albert Anderson Sr. in the chat. Hey, my sisters, what up, Aaron? Edith Anderson here. Hey, brother. Jalemi's in here tonight. Andy Decker fans in the chat. I'm pretty sure he does have some out there. They seem to always make their way in here on Friday nights. Edith Anderson also says that we're doing a great job broadcasting. Thank you, Edith. We appreciate that. We're doing the best that we can to highlight the talents and the excitement of this league. Let's see.
We are green. It was a single file restart.
Oh, thank you for that. Lori went single file on them. So now you got Osborne out there in front. I didn't expect that. See if we can get a good look at him. And I didn't see anything else really in the chat there. We didn't miss anything, folks. Paul Durkey's up to second position there, followed by Nick Tucker. Scott Milner fourth. Colin Decker's up to fifth. So for those fans out there in YouTube land, some close racing looking around Albert Anderson and company, the 20. Oh, pretty close there with 88 of Mike Adamson. Albert looks like a man on a mission, trying to get back up to the front as he's under the 49 here, coming out of turn 2, headed down the backstretch. If we could get the opportunity,
those fresh tires.
Yeah, if we could get the opportunity to get even 10 laps under our belt hill, I think we could spread them out enough to have some green flag running.
Yeah, it's just a matter of trying to get those 10 or 15 laps to let them spread out just enough to not be right on top of each other. And we might do it this time because you've got guys on 3 different tire strategies. There's some that's got 15 laps, some that's got 11 laps, and now some that's got 4 laps.
So while we have this opportunity, Ricky, I'm going to do a crank it up segment here for folks at home. If you want, turn up that TV and get a feel for what the drivers are hearing inside of their helmets racing around here at Michigan International Speedway. Folks.
A 35 truck tried to clear himself on the back stretch and squeezed in front of the 28 of George Rincon, and it sent George and the 80 truck both around. I think aside from the fact that George spun out, he's probably going to be okay. That'll hurt his tires, though.
Oh, that was rough looking right there. Not too bad, though. It didn't blow his engine. He did destroy those tires.
Yeah, I think the 80 probably took a bigger, or Kyle Vaught took a bigger hit hitting George than George probably has damage. It's probably Kyle has the most damage being an innocent bystander.
Yeah, 35 just slightly misjudged that as he tried to come up in front of the 28. And when you do that, it's just going, yeah, Kyle got a piece of him too, right? No, that's not Kyle. Who is that?
No, that was Kyle.
Okay, that was Kyle in the red and white truck there. Yeah, hopefully George doesn't have to use his fast repair on that.
Yeah, I don't think that he will unless it knocked the toe link out that you can't see. But normally it's steering kind of funky if it does that, and he looks okay.
Yeah.
Now that is going to hurt his tires, though. I mean, spinning out, if you're out there and you've never driven one of these things, just spinning it out will, it's probably 3 to 5% tire loss if you lock it down and spin out, that you grade away. You're out there all in one little fell swoop.
I can't pronounce his handle in the chat. Bassy Lassie for the win. Control Alt Delete.
That's Control Alt Delete.
Who is that? Do you know who that is? I don't know who that is.
It's I think that's Colin Decker. I think he's they are a Colin Decker fan.
Okay, gotcha. So we are currently on lap 33. Looks like so Albert didn't go in. Last time he was on pit road was lap 24, Nick Tucker 17. And you got a slew of 24s here from Mike Adamson in third, all the way down to 10th place Dustin Eaton, and then 25th lap for Andrew Koth, and everybody else is lap 32 that came in on this caution. So your first set of the freshest tires is going to be Colin Decker in that 8 truck in the 12th position.
So there were five sets of tires tonight here that the drivers had available. I guess that's counting their initial set. So they really have 4 tire changes. We're only on lap 33 out of 110. If any of these guys are on their second tire change already, I'd be worried about running out of tires.
Yeah, for sure. And if I was Colin Decker sitting in that dark room he's in, I'd be worried about falling asleep while I'm racing there. Hopefully the excitement's enough for him.
Be worried about the boogeyman. Man,
right.
That is dark.
Somebody coming up behind him there. Good thing he's got a white t-shirt on so we can see him on the camera. And I don't know what the sunglasses are for there in the environment he's in. Maybe that's just a part of the normal ensemble in his hat, or he just forgot he had them on. But yeah, Colin's Millen out of Millen, New York, racing with us, been in the league the entire season this season, been a great addition to this series.
So Control Alt Delete tells us that Bassy Lassie is Colin Decker's nickname.
Oh, I don't know what the story is behind that, but we have to share that with us maybe off the air. If it's clean, let us know what it is. Control Alt Delete. If it's not, we'll get it out of him later. So where is Kyle? Let's see. Can you tell what lap he's on? It's something that doesn't appear on mine.
He's on lap 26, so he's 7 laps off the pace.
Yeah, it's going to be rough, but at least he's in here trying to help us with the show, right?
Yeah, give us some content.
Green flag, green flag.
And we are back green. Albert takes off there, gets a nice launch. Still single file, folks. Too many incidents for Lori's liking. She's laying down the law with these drivers and expressing her displeasure by controlling how we start the next restart there, which is good. We've got to get their attention so we can get some green flag running in here. Looks like it's getting dark, cloudy there.
Very. Yes, I've adjusted my camera setting a little bit just to see a little better.
And no need to adjust your television screens there, ladies and gentlemen. It is definitely darker on the track.
You know, I wonder if iRacing will ever get immersive enough where it will have rain at the ovals, where they kind of go into a rain delay and it washes the rubber off the track. Hey, you wouldn't have to wait it out, but maybe like a caution for rain, and then
resets the
restart
track
the race a
conditions.
couple hours later. Yeah, it resets the track.
Yeah, for sure. All right, got a move going on. Mike Adamson's looking to hunt the lead here, making his way up underneath the 99 machine for Phoenix Racing. Now, ACR, that's Andrew Cawthon Designs who did his paint there. That's who ACR Designs is. He's supporting them. And Mike's racing out of Sanford, Florida. As you see, he's losing that momentum to the trucks on that high line. That high line becomes much stronger as the run continues on. It's not entirely. I like running the bottom personally here, but some people really make that top line work for them.
Yeah, when we first started racing here, and actually just as a rule of thumb, I loved ripping the high side. But I think with some of these updated tire models and updated physics, it seems like rolling the bottom saves the tires better across the board anymore. So I got to where I was bottom feeding a whole lot more than I was ripping the top.
We're riding here looking at this pack between us like Kelly Kill, Dustin Eaton, Chris Gomes, Jonathan Osborne, Derek Welch. This is a snarling pack of hard, aggressive race truck drivers. D81 making inroads there on the bottom line. See if he's able to hold it there. So he's going to go 3 wide here. Hopefully it doesn't turn into any kind of an incident here. So he thinks better of it. I think he's going to tuck in and get a little more draft. This is a very drafty track, and reassess his attack here.
Well, he has 8 lap newer tires than everybody else. There's a few behind him that's on the same strategy, but Osborne's got the newest tires the furthest to the front. Now, Nick Tucker had the oldest tires. He took the lead for a second. He just lost it back.
Yeah, you're looking at Jonathan Osborne. He was in on lap 32. The next one behind him is Jason Chrisman. He also went in on 32. Aaron Warren, another newcomer, 32. So you got a few trucks that are going to make their way through the field here. If we stay green, this is going to work out for them to get to the front and see if they can hold it into the end of the race. But this is some hard racing right here. This is not easy, especially 3, sometimes 4 wide. With the way that the air buffets around the truck, sometimes they'll just start to step out on you without notice.
And the way they're pushing, man, they're just asking for another caution. It's bump drafting at its finest here at Michigan, and these trucks are already a little squirrely the way it is.
I mean, just look at this. This is lap after lap. 3 wide, 2 deep, and just lined up nose to tail. They're 2x2, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of 2x2 minimum, and they're going 3 and 4 wide on occasion because they're trying to make their way through here. A little too far back here.
Osborne he's probably, chomping at the bit to get up to the front because he's got these fresh tires. And it's one of those things, there's just nowhere to go. There's only so many places to pass.
I mean, look at that pack right there.
Oh, they're about to go 4.
Yeah, no one's giving an inch here because this is how you have to race this place. You are not going to get to the front if you don't race hard every single lap and take every run you could possibly get. You see Jonathan making a more aggressive move in that tide machine right there in 81 on the low line with those fresher tires. He's probably going to be able to get to the front here. He's being very careful. That's a smart play, not to just ram it in there and end up ruining your day.
Yeah, he's having to take a really low flat line in the turns, though. I'm afraid he's going to burn his tires up, burn that tire advantage off if he has to keep running that low.
You can see right here, he is a low man there. So it prevents him from tracking out, which is causing him to use up more of that tire. So the longer he's stuck on the bottom here and not able to track out to the wall, at least, the more he's going to lose that advantage lap after lap.
And Lori in the chat says we do have a lot of viewers watching, but there's only a few likes, so please make sure to give us a like. It does help us. It's free. That's right. Just hit that little thumbs up button, and that does help the broadcast.
Yeah, and if you want to see more great racing, not only Friday night, but on Wednesday night for the VRL Premier League, hit that notification button, and every time we go live, once you subscribe, you'll be notified. You may not actually have the opportunity to tune in each time, but at least you'll know that we're live. Should you have some free time to come watch these great drivers here just duke it out for every inch. As you can see, they're not giving 1 inch to one another, trying to get to the front of this pack.
No, you've got Paul Durkee is the last car in this big wad, 15th. And it looks like there's a little bit of a gap, 16th to 18th. And then there's a few guys maybe trying to be careful, trailing back a little bit. that use fast repairs. But other than that, this top 15 is duking it out.
Yeah, this is rough right here. This is not what you want to see. If I was sitting behind this back, I might would ease the throttle just a bit too, and wait and see how it works out for him, and then take advantage. Because additionally, if you're sitting back there not using up your stuff, and it ends up being a long run, you should be able to make some good quality passes as well.
And Nick Tucker's having to make a green flag pit stop, and I believe this is for gas.
Let's see when the last time Nick went in. He's on pit road now, so I can't see the last time he went in.
It's been 26 laps. Or 27 when he crossed the line. So with those caution flag laps, I guess he did run it pretty much dry.
Jonathan is out front now with those fresh tires, so he was able to get up there, and now he's pulling away on Mr. Anderson by over half a second. Showing off those championship chops he earned last week.
Absolutely. It looks like Justin Lawson is up to 8th. He is also on the same tire strategy as Osborne, and that's the next closest of the guys that are on 13-lap-old tires.
I thought I had a camera for Lawson, but I don't. That's the 21 truck. But yeah, it's good. He's taking good advantage of those. If this is green, this might fall into their scheme of maneuver here for their strategy. End up winning this race.
Yeah, this really could work out well for especially Osborne, because he was able to get through all that mess, and the draft is a big deal at Michigan, but he just drove away from the draft with those fresher tires.
Let's take a check on the back here. As we talked about, Nick Tucker went into the pits there to get fuel. Now, he's probably going to be one of the fastest trucks on the track right now, and still may end up working out for him if he can cut up through the field, but he is a lap down. That's the issue. He's going to have to go up here, pass Osborne, and make an entire other circuit of the track before he can get into some of the positions up at the front, as he's looking to pass the 99 truck. That is not going to be for position. He is racing out of Snellville, Georgia.
There is about to be, Alan, there's going to be 5 or 6 trucks at least have to pit in the next lap or two. So look at that. And some of them, Cawthon's wrecking out of turn 2.
Caution is out.
See if we can get on board with him for that. Just gets loose on that bottom line. He didn't. He wasn't one just on pit road. And then he just gets tagged there by that. Who is this spot behind him? This is Aaron Warren, one of the newcomers. He had nowhere to go. Nothing you could do about that. Now you're in the middle of the corner. You're trying to anticipate where that truck's going to go. You get on the brakes. You can't just slam on them. It's going to entirely spin you out as well. He did a great job, honestly, getting it woed up and not doing more damage to both him and the 10 truck. So great job there, Mr. Warren.
Yeah, and if you're Nick Tucker, you're definitely probably cussing a little bit under your breath with that pit stop. He probably needed one more lap to unlap himself, but he is now trapped a lap down. But if everybody pits, I think he's the wave around anyways, or he would either get a wave around or the lucky dog. So I think he's back on the lead lap either way.
Yeah, it looks like 81 truck's going to make his way down pit lane here, along with others.
I guess the biggest disadvantage for Nick Tucker is the fact that if he would have unlapped himself, I don't think he could have afforded to pit right there for tires at least. He may have stayed out and circled all the way back to the lead from tail end of the lead lap. But
right
now, as it stands, he's going to be at the back of the pack with slightly older tires, which is definitely not ideal.
No, he would have been better off, like you said, if he had made it past the leader right there. And he would have had a chance to be able to, he would have been the leader. He could have at least tried to nurse those tires that are a few laps older, but nursing it from the front and trying to come through the field are entirely two different things. As you see Lawson. Did Lawson stay out here?
No, he just came out of the pits.
So he may have just taken fuel or just had an incredibly fast pit stop. It's like his pit was 8.3. Yeah, I don't think he took any tires. As I'm looking through, Osborne took tires. Anderson did. Durkee did not. And then from your 5th position all the way back, looks like 12th, they did take tires, and Mayberry did not. So varying strategies here. The way the cautions are falling and forcing some very uncomfortable decisions by these drivers, because they are limited in the number of tire sets they have tonight, and we have had so many cautions. We're on our 6th caution of the night right now.
If I had to guess, Lawson may have accidentally taken a set of tires some point earlier in the race, and now he's having to pay the piper by not taking a set here, because I don't really see how that strategy works any other way unless you had accidentally taken a set earlier than you meant to.
Who was the other car? That was Aaron Warren involved in that accident, right?
Yes, the new driver, Aaron Warren.
See if we can't get a word with him. Up here in the booth. Let's see. He is down in. So I remember where to put him back at. He's in Trident Racing. Schoenbachler and Company. Hey, Aaron, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us?
Gotcha.
Hey, man, first of all, welcome to the league. I don't think we've had the opportunity to talk to you yet. We saw that you were, an accident just fell right in your lap there. You did the best that you could to be able to woe that truck up, not spin yourself out and not do too much damage. How did it work out for you?
Pretty good. No damage. Just a scratch or two on it. Nothing a little wax won't take out.
No, for sure. Ricky, you got anything for our new driver here?
No, just what do you think of the competition in Vanquish so far in this first 50 laps?
It's a tight field, man. It's a tight field. Cutthroat, tight field. I like it. There's a little bit of give and take, but I think some of these guys would run their own grandmother over just to get to the front.
I think you were right. Absolutely right on that regard. But hey, man, it's great to talk to you. We'll let you get back to business here. Thanks for talking to us.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Take care. All right, let's have a newcomer, 74 truck, Aaron Warren. Don't know where he's racing out of, Ricky, but we'll figure that out. As we're going back green here. Justin Lawson's taking them to the stripe there, followed by the 99 of Albert Anderson and the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. We'll see how this works out. Let's see. I think they're all 3 of them all the way down to, everybody went on lap 49 there. So it's going to be pretty interesting how this works out. Lawson did not take tires. You can see the advantage right there when you see Osborne and Anderson be able to just get right around him. Nearly, not quite like he's standing still, but pretty much so. Oh, looking a little bit wicked there in the middle of that blue truck. Was that the 49? It might have been the 49. Able to hold on to it.
Up near the front, I believe that was Chip Graham.
Okay.
In a blue truck.
Look at this. Oh, in the wall. 81 is into the wall there. There's a slide job by Anderson. Don't know that that had anything to do with it. Might have taken some of the air off of his nose, which can push you up into that wall pretty easily. See if we can't get us to crank it up segment. I don't know how long we'll be able to hold on to it here, you know what I mean?
Oh, Mayberry's wrecking on the bottom. He saved it.
I see him back there. Here we go. Look at this action up front. I know we're doing crank it got through it, Ricky. Surprisingly, because there's some hard racing going on right there.
Yeah, they were 4 wide twice, and I just knew they were going to wreck both times, but they made it.
We're also going to go ahead and go through the field here. Going back to 24th position, you got Dave Mayberry, who's down 10 spots from where he started this evening. 23rd, Tom Barish, right there in the 35 truck. Looks like, yeah, he is down 1 position from where he started. Just one of those nights we're about halfway, over halfway through this race. So it's a long way to go still to improve his position. 4 truck Anthony Williams in 22nd, up 1 position for the night so far. 31 Paul Durkee, he's down 8 positions, currently running 21st. Right in front of him is Justin Lawson, who's had a pretty eventful race so far this evening. He's making his way past the 19 truck of Scott Milner there, who's dropping a couple spots there in that one turn. He's up 5 positions from where he started right now. And then we just talked to Mr. Aaron Warren right there. He's in the 74 truck. He's holding exactly where he started the race, 18th position. George Rincon is up 9 positions, racing with John Gallagher, who's down 11. You see John right there in the, what truck is that right there?
Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight, there we go. You got George, he's sporting a throwback to Dale Earnhardt Sr., driving the Goodweiser machine. That's pretty much one of his mainstay liveries. Andrew Cawthon moving a bit forward here in the 15th position. He's up 2 spots for the night. Racing out of Bartow, Florida. Longtime member of this league. Jonathan Marsh, the relative newcomer. I think he's in the Vanquish Series for the first season and racing out of Beaumont, Texas. He's up 2 positions from where he started, currently running 14th. They got Nick Tucker out of Snellville, Georgia. He's up 2 positions for the night so far, running 13th. And you got the always fast Mr. Derek Welch. Might have had some issues tonight, Ricky. He's down 10 spots from where he started. Right now running in the 12th position.
I think he's had a couple of issues. I'm sure Derek will be back toward the front near the end.
Yeah, he's always got a plan. That's for sure. In 11th, you have Colin Decker. He's got plenty of fans out there, up 8 positions from where he started. And then, this is, I know we got a silent assassin of Mike Adamson for the league, but honestly, I think that moniker is going to be a challenge by John Schoenbachler from what I've seen so far in this series, Ricky. He's up 14 positions overall for the night, running in the 10th position. He seems to quietly make his way towards the front at the end of these races.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he does it, but he always magically makes his way up through the field. And one of the more impressive things is he's usually around some of this calamity, and he's done a really good job, knock on wood, so far of dodging a lot of it.
I tell you what, where he's running right now is not looking so good in front of him there. I'll see if I can get a better shot for you, but it looks like a lot of action happening that could potentially get him caught up in it, as you see the 8 truck of Colin Decker getting around him right there. Trevor Robertson's up here. He's in the middle of this pack as well, racing out of McElroy, Arkansas. Trevor, one of the OGs of this league, both running this league and the VRL Premiere Series on Wednesday nights. Chris Goins is up here. Goins is up here in the mix, racing out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Always fast. Always got a good plan and strategy going for him. Expect to see him duking it out with these guys as well. As you see, he's working in and around the 81, the 01, and the 14, some of the mainstay hard chargers of this league. All running. So like Dustin's up 15 spots from where he started the evening. Kelly's down 3, but I think Kelly's kind of doing a rebound there. Back over with Dustin. You see this is getting a little bit dicey up front here. We'll get you a better perspective. Mike Adamson's in 3rd, up 7 spots for the night. Jason Crispin, newcomer, up 7 in that Toyota Tundra. 6 now. He's going back and forth with Mike Adamson for 2nd position there. And where he started the evening, Albert Anderson sitting at the front of the field with 63 of 110 laps complete so far. We'll see how the evening turns out for us, Ricky.
Yeah, it's definitely been interesting so far. And right now, you've still got about a 8-9 truck lead pack, and let's see if they can spread out a little, or if they just stay on top of each other because the draft is so strong here.
Yeah, I just popped up the track map for everyone to see. We are getting a little bit of a spread, and I think that may be due to the varying tire strategies that have been unfolding. Oh, the 21 truck of Welch is in the wall back there. See if he's going to be okay. He's got to have some right side damage probably. Did you see him getting that wall pretty good? He might have got away with it there. Go back up front on board.
They definitely lost the pack.
Yeah, for sure. You can see it starting to spread out. This is probably the most concentrated we're looking back from the 99 truck that I see so far. And you can see the track map there. We are starting to string out pretty good. Now, that's a good and a bad thing. If you're a competitor, you don't really want that. You want to be up there fighting for these positions. But from a green flag perspective, this will probably lend itself to a little more strategic racing. When do you hit the pits? How do you save your tires? You know, are you going to be able to make a move early after you come out of the pits because you may not have enough tread later in that run to make that move? So we'll see how it goes. Generally speaking, from a racer's perspective, I like the strategic races. There's other folks like the 29 of Dave the Mouth Mayberry who loves kind of chaos or Barnum and Bailey circus type of racing.
Yeah, it's there's two different kinds of racing out there, and I've always felt like the best chance I had is strategy. So I usually like those kind of races better than these that are on top of each other and having to make quick moves and race with 10 or 12 other trucks.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like most of the field went in on lap 49 or lap 50, but you do have varying tire strategies you can see start to develop here. Let's see. It's like Nick Tucker. He went in. He did not take any tires. It was a quick splash for fuel. He's currently running 15th. Honestly, not too bad considering the way that played out for him in the moment. And you go back a little ways, you got George Rincon. He's also did not take any tires on that one. Paul Durkee, Justin Lawson, Dave Mayberry all did not take tires as well, and neither did Kyle Bott. Of course, Kyle's several laps down right now as they currently run. But that's through the field for you there, folks, and kind of starting to see this stretch out a bit and get into the territory of, okay, who's got the best pit strategy to bring it home tonight? Well, Ricky, let's see. We do have some folks who are in-race reporters under green. And but I don't think that they are in a position right now to be able to talk to us because we don't want to pull them up when they're really tight racing. And Kelly Kill has always been really generous with his time and making himself available, even under green flag conditions, to talk to us. But we make a point not to pull him up when he's in a dogfight. And this looks like a snarling pack of trucks right here fighting for every inch.
Yeah, it looks like they're about to possibly be 3 wide right there around where he's at. So he's got his hands full. Looks like Anderson is so fast he's able to pull the pack apart. One thing that's going to be interesting, they'll be pitting probably in 5-ish laps, and they're already a second and a half off their fastest laps. So if somebody undercuts it, they can make up, 4, 6, 9 seconds if they pitted now. But the risk is caution.
Yeah, for sure. As we're on board right now with Jonathan Osborne watching this battle between Kelly Kill and Chip Graham. Kelly pulled a very slender margin of a slide job coming out of turn 2. And then Chip was able to get a nice run on the bottom there and still trying to challenge him, get to his left rear quarter panel and drag that truck back. But it looks like maybe Kelly's going to have the momentum on the high side here. Or maybe not. Nope, as you see the 5 truck jump in there. Probably the smart play to keep the 81 from passing him on the high side as well, because Jonathan was taking a look to the outside there. This is what about controlling your aggression, taking care of your tires, and if we see the 81 going on pit road, and also making sure you're working with that draft. Now, why is he on pit road? When was he last in? You have that information, Ricky?
Yeah, he's got 20 laps, so he's undercut. He's trying to undercut right now. Him and Derek Welch both.
Yep, I see Derek is in there as well. Here we go. So now the strategy begins like we were discussing. We'll see if that.
And it's
oh
almost.
no! You see, Derek missed his
Oh,
pit
no.
box entirely. And that's going to cost him a lot of time. So might take away the advantage he had. What were you going to say?
It's monkey see, monkey do, because when this first, gaggle come in, you really can't afford to stay out there too many more laps unless you're playing the long game and maybe trying to stretch it one less pit stop.
Yeah, as you can see here, we're looking at the entrance of pit road. You see 3 and 4 more trucks make their way down. Be kind of surprised to see if everybody's starting to see how long Albert's going to stay out, for instance. He was last on pit road, the last caution that we had. Mike Adelson's on pit road, Andrew Cawthon, Dustin Eaton. You saw George in there. And now they're all 4 coming out. Let's see if anybody else makes a trip down pit lane.
You got Gomes.
Okay. Here we go. You got more coming in. Yep, Gomes, Graham, Chrisman, Marsh, Gallagher, Williams, Milner. It's going to be the gold rush now. You see 81 comes out. He's passing Albert. That is not for the lead. He's just getting his lap back. It's good for him in case we have a caution. See, is Albert going to go in? It's like he's going into the pit lane right now. And what did we say earlier? They were getting, let me see.
About 23.
About 23 laps.
Estimated.
That's gonna, so this will be the second to last stop. He'll have to come in again probably around 98 if it stays green. And that will definitely take them to the end from that point, or he may decide to come in a little bit earlier than 98 and split the difference to have better tires both times. But I've always been reticent to do that myself personally, Ricky, because at a place like this, you could do that. You go a lap down and then you get trapped by a caution.
Yeah, it's a very tough spot to be in. Now you see, Osborne was one of the first ones in the pits. Anderson's just now coming out back onto the backstretch. Osborne's going into turn 3, so look at how much time he made up just from pitting a few laps earlier.
Yeah, Anderson drops to 7th position right now. He's got Tucker, Adamson, Gomes all in between him and Osborne. Mayberry went down pit lane along with Warren, so Osborne will be your leader now. And you can see the distance looking off the front end of his truck there that he has on Chris Gomes. He went in 2 laps earlier than Chris did. Chris went in at 72, so he has a 2-lap advantage on Osborne. We'll see if that comes into play as we run it out green here. Mike Adamson went in 71, so both second and third place do have the tire advantage depending on how they drive them on Jonathan Osborne. Now, if he's able to manage that gap, manage those tires, by the time they work their way to him, may not make a difference.
Yeah, it's all about what they call the delta in Formula One, and it's lost time for time gained, and where's that crossover? And Osborne looks like he hit a sweet spot.
Now, we were talking about Albert Anderson. He went in at 73, so he has the best tires of the top 5 right now. I think he just made his way past Nick Tucker, and he looks to be starting to try and track it down here. Let's take a look. Go up our battle box here and see if he's closing in on Mike Adamson in 3rd position. Looks like right now. Yeah, he's 1.39 seconds behind him. Come down ever so slightly there. He's still making his way through the turn. Let's see if what it's doing down the backstretch here. And part of it is looks like he lost a little bit of ground there to Mike.
Well, one thing we've got here is Anderson. His last lap time was a 39.19, and Osborne ran a 7.3. So you do that he keeps that pace up for the next 10 or 12 laps, he'll be right back on him.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like Mike Adamson's running pretty well too. On his times, he's pulling a little bit of a gap on Anderson here. Not much.
Yeah, that lap, I believe
it's going back and
Adamson
forth.
Yeah, that lap Adamson was fastest truck on the track, it looks like.
He's also, that probably explains a little bit too. He's got a good drafting partner there with Chris Gomes in that 38 machine. The smart racers don't necessarily go for the pass immediately, folks. They'll duck up underneath somebody and use each other to get to the front. And those two trucks in tandem, breaking the draft apart, is going to be faster than that 81. As you see, they are definitely tracking him down and going to be challenging for this lead, probably the next turn or down the backstretch.
That last lap, Kelly Kill and Colin Decker was running the fastest lap, so I went back to look to see where Kelly was at, and there is a veritable hornet's nest back there from Trevor Robertson all the way back to about 14th place.
As you see the 38 truck of Chris Gomes taking his look at the lead to see if he's able to pull the slide job on the 81. The 81 gets a little loose. Looks like it's going to work out perhaps for the 38. Maybe not if the 88's going to work with him. And he does a bit. Yeah, he's pushing Jonathan. So so now instead of staying with the man who took him to the dance, he's switching dance partners there as they go into turn 1 and 2. We'll see how this battle turns out, and if it starts to shake out, we'll jump back to Kelly Kill and that hornet's nest you were talking about, Ricky. I think it might settle out here at 38 here.
Yeah, the hornet's nest has settled down a little bit too. As I say that they almost go 3 wide into 3.
It was like Jonathan Osborne in the 81 was able to hold off that challenge, but they were really rolling there for a minute with the 88 pushing the 38. But it kind of petered out once. That's a whole difference. It's one thing to catch a truck, especially a fast truck like Jonathan, and it's a whole nother thing to actually affect that pass. The longer they run, the more wear they get on those tires, the less likely they're going to have a successful. As 88 is going to take his opportunity and see if he can make it work, where the 38 was not able to make it work.
Yeah, now Adamson just threw a classic slide job right there, come up and across Osborne's bumper, but Osborne ducked back under him to try to get the cross under. But then Gones is pushing Adamson now into turn 1.
Take down the tower a little bit there, see if we get a little bit wider perspective in this battle going on here. As you see the 99's up there now, like you predicted, with the lap times he was running. And now he's firmly in that 2 tandem draft to see who he's going to go with, to take him back to the front.
Yeah, Anderson and Gones have the freshest tires. Gones is coming up on 10 laps, Anderson 9 laps on his tires. Adamson is 11 laps, and Osborne is 12 laps.
The 99 making an aggressive move down to the bottom. He's going to jump in behind that 88, washes him up the track a bit. You see the arrow effect that's occurred on the front end of that 99. That 34 truck they passed is a lap truck, so he's not in it for the battle there. And you see the momentum that a 99 lost as he went down, and then the 88 just took away his air. Going to take another look at it. Coming out of 3 and 4. This is dogfight, man. They're throwing haymakers on each other, slide jobs every other corner.
Yeah, if Anderson gets it out in the wind, though, I have a feeling he might be able to pull the pack, having the freshest tires, and already probably the fastest truck out there from the way it looks tonight.
Well, he's out there now. We'll see if what you just predicted is going to occur. He's pulling a little bit of a distance there with a 0.25 lead as he does that. Pulling away from the 38, the 88, and the 81. If they get this settled down at the front, folks, we will make some more runs through the field here and get a look at your favorite driver. We want to make sure that we're tracking what's happening here for the race win. And it looks like Albert's. Go ahead.
Kelly Kill, fastest truck on the track last lap. He's pulled himself back up into a top the 6th, right on Trevor Robertson's bumper for 5th.
Right now, yeah, he is running in the 6th position. Let's take a look at Kelly. They're always fast here. Let's see, between him and Trevor, they both went in on 73, and they're on the same set of tires. Again, they're making their way past the 34 truck there. That's a lap machine. And Trevor's not going to make this. It's going to be a fight for Kelly to get around Trevor. Trevor's fast everywhere we go. So we'll see what he's able to pull off here. If he's able to get a good run coming out of one of these corners and get position on him.
Yeah, with them being pretty much equal, it's really tough to pass, especially on the bottom, unless you just throw a slider from Detroit to Brooklyn. I'm noticing something up front, Alan. Anderson and Gones do have the freshest tires, but Gones is doing something really smart. Instead of ducking out and trying to pass Anderson, even though he had the draft to do it, he was pushing him down the straightaways the last couple of laps, and they are separating themselves from Adamson and Osborne.
Yeah, that is a smart play. Are they on the same team? I'm getting used to the teams on this league, this series.
No.
But even so, your friends are where you find them on many occasions. At least that's been my experience. And if it's going to work to my advantage, I don't blame Gomes in this position. Hey, let's go and push and get away from these guys, and then we'll duke it out the last few laps of this for the win.
Yeah, that's a good strategy, actually. There's no reason to fight too hard. If you can push the other guy away and make it easier for you, that's really the best thing to do, is to make it as easy as you can and give yourself the best chance. And sometimes that's pushing somebody else.
Yeah, looking at the chat here, you got Albert Anderson Sr. saying pit stop chess match. He's loving it. Lori's like, hey, we're going green. Yeah, we are. This is where we get the racing in. I love it. Jay Lemmy, don't look back. Decker's coming. Lori's like, look at Decker moving on up. And then Lori again, can you show everyone's driver cams? Yeah, we do need to make sure we get through this as we get down to 22 laps here. Looks like as we say that, Gones is going for the move here. Don't know if he's gonna be able to pull it off.
Yeah, now they are racing a little bit side by side for the lead. Albert don't want to give it up. Gones had the run. They were both a little bit sideways, so you can tell they're pushing pretty hard as we closing in on the end of the race.
Looks like Kyle has ducked out. Let's run through these cameras if we get a chance of what that kind of worked it out up here. We've looked at Kelly a couple times. Jesse Graham, we haven't looked at him tonight. He's got a nice, unique setup going for him. Let's see, where's he running right now? Chip Graham, rather. Well, looks like he's had a little bit of trouble. Right now, he's running in the 23rd position. Super dark in there for him as well. A lot of people like running to dark. Maybe it helps them focus in on what they're actually doing there. But he told me a story. I don't know if you were with me when he told us this story about how he pulled this seat out of an old car that he actually used to race when he sold the car and said, I'm going to make this my iRacing seat. And super comfortable for me. He pointed out to me and doesn't even think about replacing it with a store-bought model for sim racing specifically.
Yeah, that's pretty unique, and I'm sure a real containment seat gives you as much immersion as you can get.
Now we'll take a look. We're with Colin Decker. He's got a fan base out there. Full throttle from Jay Lemmy. Let's go, Decker. Super dark in his room, like you said. It'd be kind of shocking to us if we see the boogeyman come out from behind him, or maybe the scream mask. That'd be pretty funny. But right now, he is running up in the 4th position, up 15 spots from where he started this race, making his way back up towards the front. Next, we have Andrew Cawthon. Take a look at him as we wind these laps down. He's had an eventful evening. He's running 19th right now. Funny how on his screens it looks more daylight than it looks on our screens.
Yeah, he may be running a reshader for iRacing. I actually use that, and it definitely helps brighten things up.
Going on board here with Derek Welch, Mr. Intense. Like, oh, he's got an autofocus on that camera. I just noticed that at the moment we slipped over to his view. Very focused right now, running in the 14th position. He's down 12 spots from where he started. Probably got caught up in a few of those incidents that happened earlier and just kind of impacted his race. Let's see, Nick Tucker is running a couple spots back here of Mr. Welch. Not super dark for Nick. Running out of Snellville, Georgia. I like the glove choice he's got going on there. He's currently running 15th, right where he started the evening. And that closes out all of our cameras for the night. Man, they're going back to them, make sure we hit them there. Anderson's on pit road.
Anderson's on pit road. Yes, sir.
Yep. 16 to go. We knew this was going to happen. Colin Decker's on pit road as well. Paul Durkee, Justin Lawson. Tom Bearish, seat back from 22nd. He's on pit road. This should drag everyone back down. Expect to see him, because no one's going to want to lose that extra time that he's about to gain.
Yeah, while you were doing those driver cameras, I was watching them. Some of the guys split this last run in half, so they pitted it with like on lap 90, 91, probably trying to jump Anderson, and that does work as Osborne and Robertson and Gones all jump Anderson, but Anderson will have the freshest tires.
Question is, will he have the time or the delta, like you mentioned, in this 15 laps to be able to make it there? Anderson right now, he's right there. I think he's probably going to have a good opportunity.
Now, the lap difference between him and Gones is only 1 lap. But 2 laps to Osborne, and Robertson has 6 laps on his tires, so he will start fading.
Yeah, he'll definitely get around those two. It's a question of Gomes. And let's see if he's able to work this traffic in the draft right, which is he's getting them by bunches here as far as gaining feet on them per turn, not even per lap. And Chris is hoping for these guys to hold him up, keep him back there.
Now, Adamson is only 1 lap difference as well from Anderson, and he's clawed his way back up into this lead draft, so don't count out Adamson in 5th.
Yeah, and you even have Kelly and Dustin right here. They are not that far back. So you see the pack up in front of them. That might not work out for them, especially if they're going to be fighting here like this. They're not going to be able to catch those guys. Not for the win, at least. They might be able to get up there. Let's see there. No, Dustin went on lap 90, so there's fresher tires in front of him as far as Mike Adamson and Albert Anderson.
We got Papa Anderson in the chats asking, was those the money stops? And that, yes, sir, that was, unless we have a caution. And then if we do, I don't know how many people's got tires left. Oh, no. No, Anderson just, oh, no.
Oh. Just as we
and
said
Albert
that, too.
Anderson is very upset with David Mayberry.
Oh, he has got serious damage. I don't know if he has a fast repair. He probably does, but it's going to be really tough to get back up front with this level of competition. Go back and we'll take a look at this.
there's definitely a disagreement about what happened between Anderson and Mayberry.
Well, let's see if we can get a little closer look then. We'll take a chopper look, and then we'll zoom in a bit and take a second look at it, folks. So Mayberry's the truck on the bottom line there. You see the 99, he's kind of going up, and he makes contact with the 38 of Gones and just can't get off of him. And once they get kind of hooked there, they're both going to head to the outside wall. So let's back it up again and see what the Mayberry disagreement would have been.
It's the fact that he was a lap down, and I think Albert was taking. Yeah, he was a little bit irritated that Mayberry made it 3 wide, from what I heard on the radio.
So 99 is making his way underneath Mayberry. Mayberry is running 23rd at the moment. Not really challenging for the position here. See, Mayberry probably had fresher tires here as well. He went on 94, so he's got pretty fresh tires. Goes back down to the bottom. I don't really see anything that Mayberry did here. If he's racing to get back on the lead lap, to give him a shot that if there is a caution, he's able to wave around. That's legitimate. I don't know how many laps he's down. Do you have that?
I think that he was just 1 lap down, so I believe that he was trying to get his lap back. So yeah, that's one of those that I understand. You can understand frustration from Anderson, but at the same time, Mayberry does have the option to try to get his lap back. He wasn't multiple laps down. I know that's discouraged when you're more than 1 lap down to try to race the leaders like that, but he was trying to get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, it looks like Anderson is down in the 17th position, 18th position. Don't know where he's going to fall out here for iRacing as they start to line them back up. We had a nice, really great green flag run there. I was hoping to see this strategy if it was going to play out to the very end, but now we have this new monkey wrench thrown in there. Did anybody else have tires laying over the wall that went in and got? Let's see who went in on this lap. We're currently 10 laps from the end here. We have a few. See, Anderson obviously went in. Paul Durkee, 99. Anthony Williams, Lawson, Chip Graham, George Rincon, Welch, and Gones all went in for service. Looks like Gones
George Rincon took 4 tires.
Yeah,
George
that's what I'm
Rincon
looking
takes
at.
4 tires.
And he's right there with Gones. Now the question is they going to be able to pass these folks who did not go into the pits? And that's going to be a tall task if you're looking at 13 trucks are in front of them. And we have probably by the time we go green, 9, maybe 8 laps left. Let's go back to the front and see if these lights are off on the pace truck.
Welch took 4 tires. Chip Graham took left side tires. He must have been out of rights. Now that'll be wicked. Lefts only, but you take them if you got them. But I think they've got enough time, Alan. I know that it's going to be tough to get through there, but with brand new tires, Derek Welch and George Rincon may be able to sneak into this and take home a win. One of these two.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to make a charge for it. Let's see, where are they currently right now? We're about to go green. Got the pace truck pulling off, getting ready to go down pit lane. Control of the restart is with Jonathan Osborne. And we'll see what he's got for 10 laps.
Green, green, green.
We're back underway. Gets a nice jump there. You think this mix of tires and no tires is going to cause some accidents? Take a blimp look here.
It just did.
Oh, there it goes.
And Rincon's wrecking too in the back. There's a wreck up front and behind.
Chris Gones was in that. Albert Anderson was in that too.
Derek Welch wrecks. They both, him, Chip Graham wrecks. All the guys that had tires just wrecked.
There was a question about whether or not that was going to happen. I'm going to back you up here, folks, because it didn't put us in exactly the right spot. As we're coming to the restart here, get you a chopper bird's eye view of this incident, riding on board with George Rincon right now. in the 28 truck.
He gets a little help, it looks like, from the 20.
Yep, sure does. And there's an accident happened forward of them as well, but completely separate of this. But maybe in the area of Schoenbachler. Yep, the 8 truck, Colin Decker. 123 and the 12. I'm trying. Here we go, right here.
The 123 zigged and the 8 zagged, and not a good combination.
Nope. The 8 comes up to do a little side draft. 123 looks like he's coming down a bit and just, I don't know there. I have to take another look from a different angle.
John Schoenbachler done a really, really nice job not wrecking right there.
Right now, we're sitting here. We're on board with John Gallagher. Yeah, it's like John was maybe following the 12 down, maybe anticipated the 8 was going to go down further. 8's coming up a little bit, and they just got together, and it's like a domino effect there. You said the 12 was able to get away pretty clean.
Yeah, he was dead sideways, and he made it. Albert Anderson also almost unscathed, and he had to drive through both of the wrecks.
It's not giving me the 12 here. Here he is. He just gets dominoed down. Let's see, does he just go through the grass and save it? Yep, sure does. He's going to come out that pretty much clean. Anderson was involved, at least from what I saw pop up on the screen here.
He had just minor contact, it looked like, on the right side.
Look at that. Take another look at that as he gets through here. A little overhead shot for you. Just a touch in his right door. Should be fine.
Yeah, Anderson's driving with the purpose right now, too. Some people call it the red mist. Some people call it the red behind. But either way, I'm sure that he's not going to be cracking that throttle. He's going to be wide open until the end.
Right now, he's in the 13th position trying to make it back up there. And I feel for him. I understand how that feels. I also refer to it as the red mist. And sometimes I don't think it's true, but I feel like I drive even faster when I'm upset. But I don't know that that's actually true. Anything in the chat going on?
Looks like some people are upset. Just a general Papa Anderson, Kathy Anderson, when the wreck with Albert happened, both oh no and Jalemi has got the crying emoji. That's because Decker just wiped out. So.
Yeah, for sure. As the lights are out atop the pace truck, we're going to get back underway with 5 laps remaining in this race. It's been a good race overall. A little bit wrecky towards the beginning. We got it settled out. And of course, if you have a late caution like this, everyone knows they have this one opportunity, maybe last opportunity, to make up some spots. And making up the best opportunity to do that is on these restarts.
Yeah, for sure. Trying to see, Chip Graham's back out there, but his truck's damaged pretty bad. He had fresher tires. I think Rincon got a fast repair, so he may, he's still got fresh tires, but he's got a long way to go now.
Yeah, Jonathan Oswald's going to control the restart here. You got Trevor Robertson, Mike Adamson, Dustin Eaton, Kelly Kill rounding out your top 5 there. Nick Tucker's in 6th position right there. Andrew Cawthon, John Gallagher, Chris Gomes, and Jonathan Marsh running your top 10. As we go back green, Jonathan gets a nice, good restart there on the inside line in the 81 truck. Trevor's might be in a little bit of trouble here if he's not able to get down pretty quick, but Mike Adams is going to take advantage on that inside line. As you see the 14 also going to the bottom, that's the best way around here, especially in the beginning of a run. 14's looking pretty sporty. He goes to the inside of the 88 truck as well. Got some speed on that truck right now from the orangutan bunch.
Yeah, the 14 looked like he was dead in the water just, 10 laps ago, and now he's battling for a podium.
I tell you what, the best tires right now are Mike Adamson right there. He's got win on lap 93. The others are 89, 91, 90. This might be Mike's race to win here if he's able to get a clean pass on that 81. He might be able to pull on the field.
Kelly Kill, Nick Tucker, banging off each other, banging. Anderson coming up the inside, passing Kelly.
I see him right there. Can he make it? Kelly's kind of holding him tight there as they go into 3 and 4 off the backstretch. He's trying to follow that 14. Anderson, he probably had, if he had tires over the wall there, he still may not be out of this race. Definitely not out of this race as he's making that move on the 14 with 3 laps to go. And these guys are fighting side by side, Ricky, up at the front there. That's definitely going to be advantage to the 99.
There's no give. It's all take now, though. It's going to be tough to pass, to get back to the lead.
We'll see. He's making it look pretty easy. As he's
49
making a
throws the block here.
He doesn't. Now it's going to be about how much in the... Oh,
no, and he turns Osborne, and he saves it.
What a save. Osborne's got
Oh,
it.
he's still...
Nope.
No, he's gone now.
He's gone.
49 finally got him.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
That's our 9th caution, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to put 99 on the front row for this restart for a green-white checker with Mike Adamson. It's going to come down to the 2 of them most likely unless somebody's able to get a run from behind them. Going to go back and take a look at that incident. That was the 81. How far back did he end up falling?
He's all the way to the back. He spun all the way out. Tucker, him and Tucker come together 2 or 3 times, and finally Osborne spun out.
Here we go. We'll take a look from the chopper level here. This is already kind of in progress, as you see. Get you a little better look here. Jonathan's right side by side with that 49 truck there. 99 goes for underneath the 49. So I'm sure, yeah, 49 was just trying to make sure he gave room on the bottom, kind of misjudged it up top, and that ever slight contact with the 81, and now they're both just stuck in the middle. Surprising we didn't have more carnage, Ricky, honestly, out of that incident.
Yeah, especially at the end of the race when everybody's pushing and you're not going to have a lot of checkups. You're going to have more ARCA braking than anything, and they still made it work.
And Jay Lemmy in the chat there, last minute, that's Decker's prime time. And then Albert Anderson Sr., great comeback, son. Gathier, good comeback, Albert. Yep, we're going to see if he's able to pull off the miracle at the Hudson, so to speak, here with getting wrecked at one point, or having that incident rather, and being able to come back with just so few laps. I think we had we under 10. We went back to green after his incident.
Yeah, it was around 10 laps to go.
And now he is going to restart for this green-white checker opportunity on the front row with Mike Adelson. Now, Mike is going to have the advantage of launch. Now, if he can get a really good launch, maybe that'll be enough to hold off the 99 truck. But if he doesn't, and Albert's able to anticipate that launch, it's going to be a dogfight right down to the end. Question is, if you're sitting here and you're John Gallagher and the 14 truck of Eaton is just sitting back and kind of rubbing your fingers, your hands together, thinking, okay, I'm here to pick up whatever you leave on the table.
Yeah, and well, Adamson, this is a league where you're allowed to choose whether you want to restart on the inside or the outside if you're the leader. So will Adamson take the inside or will he take the outside? I have a feeling he might take the outside and go with having Dustin Eaton pushing him instead of John Gallagher.
Yeah, and two, he'll already be up towards the high side with the advantage of launch. If he gets enough of a launch to get down into turn 1 and get down to the bottom and maybe air block that low line, that would be a good choice. Now, I think it's a risk. If I'm in his position, I'm probably taking the bottom. And I'm going to get a launch and maybe swing out a little bit if I get a good enough launch before I enter turn 1 and still get a pretty good entry. Maybe not quite as wide, But if you leave that bottom open for the 99, he's going to take a look.
Yeah, Anderson, actually Adamson does take the bottom, it appears. So Anderson's going to be on the high side. So Adamson's going to have Gallagher. Anderson's going to have Eaton. Gones and Kelly Kill, the third trucks in line. I wouldn't count either one of them out.
No doubt as you're watching the field pass here down the backstretch, getting ready to go green, we should see that pace truck pull off for the final time. This league only employs one not one fast repair, but one green-white checker opportunity. So if they wreck it on the first lap, iRacing will throw the caution and the field will be frozen. If they wreck it up on the second of the 2-lap shootout, iRacing will allow them to race it to the end. So let's see what happens. I hope we get a good just green flag finish here and just a clean dogfight for the win. Here we go as Mike Adamson's controlling the field now, getting ready to go from the inside line in the dark brown truck.
Green flag, green flag.
Green. It's a pretty decent launch, but the 99 doesn't let him get away too much. Ducks in behind him, in fact. That's a pretty smart move. Maybe looking to push him a little faster than he wants to go into that first corner and wants to duck under if he's got fresher tires.
Adamson's got to do everything he can to block Anderson. He's got to be mirror driving all the way.
I don't think he's going to be able to hold it right here, though, unless he's able to hold him tight and gain the momentum on the outside. Looks like the 99 is looking to make that bottom line work for him.
Oh, they touch.
Here goes Mike Adamson. It's going to come around, maybe take the white flag. Does he take the checker?
Anderson's on the flat. He's on the flat. Can he make it stick?
Not clear yet.
Adamson's going to get a good run, and Gallagher's got to push. No, he's taking it 3 wide. Oh, this is crazy.
Here we go. Looks like Adamson's going to... I don't know if he can make a run on the outside, but the 99 does have the low line. He has a lead right now coming out of 3 and 4. It's a matter of a drag race down to the finish line, and they're wrecking behind him. Who's going to make it? I think Adamson may have gotten it by 0.0. That might be the closest finish ever we've had in this league. It's showing 0.00, which means it goes off of the chart here for the win. And I am showing everything I'm looking at, Ricky, that Adamson pulled off that win.
I see that also. 0.009.
What a race. I'm sure that Mike is incredibly stoked right now. It's been a minute since he's been able to get atop the podium, racing out of Sanford, Florida. Always the intense competitor. And, you know, if for him to have a comeback win at this point, finishing and maybe the closest finish we've ever had in the Vigilante Racing League series of either series, because I can't remember one that came out all zeros before. About you, Ricky?
I think there's been a couple. We've had some really close finishes, but this is definitely up there. I knew Adamson was going to have a run if he had a push, and he got that push from Gallagher, and it was just enough to eke Anderson at the line.
Let's go back and see if we can get another look at this. A little bit further, actually. This is back at the restart. I think I went back too far, didn't I? Here we go. This is the very end. Trying to get you a better angle here. The different angles I have are not really working for me. There we go. Look at this. That's pretty close.
They say it's closer than a cat's whisker. That was definitely very close.
You're talking inches on the front end of that truck. That is not much at all. Look at this. So close. He got just enough momentum, and it probably due in part to the John Gallagher truck in the 123 there behind him, giving him that little bit of extra aero advantage.
Yeah, I think Gallagher. He needs to give him some flowers after the race. Gallagher was able to push him and give him just enough momentum to pass Albert at the line.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, folks, give us a second. We're going to get your race winner up in the booth here to talk to him. Actually, he's not in the green room yet, but we'll go find him. Give us just 1 second. We'll be right back.
While Alan's looking for that, I will say any fans out there for these other drivers, Justin Lawson gets turned right at the line. There's about 5 wide for 8th or 9th, and he almost gets up on his top. Actually, he almost flipped twice, and he lands on his wheels, but there was a 5 wide coming to the line behind the leaders. It looks like we do have Mike Adamson now in the green room. They're trying to get the drivers lined up for the interview. And that was Vigilante, probably the closest finish in Vanquish history, as we have Adamson, Anderson side by side across the finish line, and side by side for 3rd. And then there's about 5 wide behind that. You can't ask for anything closer.
Hey, Mike Adamson, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, what a win. That's probably one of the closest finishes we've had in either of our series in the Vigilante Racing League. You got that momentum at that last moment on the top line there. I think maybe a little bit of help from the 123 aero-wise, and you were able to pull off that win. How are you feeling?
I'm shaking, believe it or not. I can't believe I found my way back to victory lane. It feels awesome.
Well, you did a great job there, buddy, and want to make sure that you get your just desserts there. Ricky, what do you got for him?
Well, Mike, a really good job, buddy. Looks like he was driving one of my paint schemes there with a Seminole Special, bringing it home for the win. But when I watched the restart, it looked like he was doing everything right. You had it pinned to the bottom, and it looked like he was mirror driving Albert, but he still got a way to get on your inside. Did you think he was going to have enough momentum to get him back coming to the line?
To be honest with you, I wasn't sure. I thought once he got underneath me, that was it for me. But I was trying to block him as much as I could without wrecking him. Albert Anderson, I love him to death. Great person, great friend. Yeah, I was doing everything I could without wrecking either one of us.
Yeah, and you both of you done a good job because it was a clean finish. You wasn't even touching at the line, and your margin of victory was 0.009.
Wow.
Yeah, incredible finish there, Mike. And congratulations. I know it's been a while since you were standing on the top step of the podium. I'm sure it feels amazing to you, and I hope you really enjoy this. But before we let you go, do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
I always thank my wife, as always. Without her, I don't do what I do. I thank all my kids, Dale, Taylor, Lane, Riley, all the guys back at the shop. We brought it home first tonight. Y'all will enjoy watching this one. Thanks to Andrew Cawthon, my teammate over at Phoenix. And thanks to Albert for a great finish. And thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Lori, as admin, as always, does a wonderful job keeping this thing together. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man, you bet. Congratulations. Enjoy this one. And we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right, man. Take care. So that was your race winner, the number 88 machine of Mike Adelson out of Sanford, Florida. He sounded super excited, Ricky. I know this has been a minute for him. He's going to enjoy this one.
Oh, he needs to, because that was, Adamson was up toward the front most of the race, but never looked like he had the truck to beat. But it's all, we call him the silent assassin because he finds his way up there, and he had himself in position and was able to really, really do a good job over those last 2 laps to hold off Albert Anderson.
Yeah, he's actually accomplished something with doing that. Albert was obviously driving a little bit of red mist there. Brought it home second place. That's going to be an awesome finish. He is battling for this championship as well as Mike. This is going to help his championship ambitions as well. He came in as a leader. He's going out as the winner. Nothing but help there. He gets an additional 5 points for winning this race, so it's a great job for him. But I want to thank you, Ricky, again for a great broadcast, man. And as always, I want to thank my beautiful and talented wife, Lori, for putting these series together. She works the recruiting. She brought in all those new drivers we talked about tonight. She's always hitting it up every day to make sure that we have the best and most talented people in here with the right personalities to make Vigilante Racing League the success that it has been. So thanks to her, thanks to all the drivers. Incredible racing tonight. We had a few incidents, and it was kind of to be expected with this type of racing. A little bit of a drafty track and everything. Races like a super speedway at times. So, but overall, we had some great, incredible racing there in the middle section, and a tremendous finish, and the closest, or one of the closest finishes we've ever had. So that'll do it for tonight, folks. For this round, the 8th round, 2 more races to go this season. Make sure you're tuning in next Friday as we get to work down to the final, or to the finale rather, and find out who we're going to crown as champion of this inaugural season of the Vigilante Vanquish Series. So remember, until then, stay sharp, stay fast, stay vigilante, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.